Hey there, welcome to day 132 of playing chess until I reach 1500 Elo. Currently we're at 1304 after a win in our last game, and let's go ahead and jump into another 15-minute rapid game here today. Here we go. We got white here, and we're up against a 1224. See if I get the Jobava London, which a lot of people have avoided. Yeah, I guess with this I think I should just take the center rather than play the typical Jobava London. Going for the King's Indian setup, and I think bishop here instead of here, I believe is better, because then there's no way for him to harass the bishop with the knight. And then we want the queen here. Let's also go here so the bishop can't get harassed that way. Although, yeah, because he opened this up so it's guarded. So play f3. Then let's get the queen here. And we want to have the ability to try to get rid of his dark square bishop, because it's kind of the main defender of his dark squares there. Okay, he immediately plays this. Maybe, should I? No, I needed to play that. Maybe I should have castled first before f3, but I like to get in f3 early when I can, but if I take, he takes, I take, he takes. Here. Oh yeah, and then I think after that there's knight here to threaten this. Take, 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 knight here. Guards like this. We try to trade. Does he have time to get out of that? Maybe the knight can come back to guard too. Otherwise, I castle. He has the option of taking, but then I take. I can't decide if I want to go ahead and take here. And try to go for this, which would get us the rook if he doesn't defend it, but he does have some ways to defend it here. So I don't think it quite works. So I'm just going to castle. Now we're threatening to take, because if he takes back, we have two attackers here. Okay, does guard that. Oh, my camera is being weird again. Sorry about that. Yeah, we're having that issue yesterday. I'm going to unplug it and plug it right back in. Okay, I think we're back here. Yeah, it seems like unplugging the camera seems to fix it. I don't know why it's having these issues. Maybe I'll have to buy a new one. So where are we here? I think he's gone ahead and castled. He has two attackers on this pawn. Could go ahead and kick his knight. Or I could take, he takes. And then I could kick the knight here. Knight is able to hop here though. Yeah, I don't think I like that. Take, take, take. Can't do that. Or, yeah, I guess you can't do that. Okay, I think I'm going to just lock this down and kick the knight. Because then we do close off his bishop here. It's kind of locked behind all the pawns for the long term, which could be good. And then we're also going to go ahead and start creating an attack here. And then I do have to decide if there's a moment where I do want to play this. Okay, yeah, the camera's still being messed up. I think I might have to order a new one. I don't know what's up with it. Or maybe I'll try plugging it in to different ports or something. So yeah, sorry if this game is going to have a messed up camera the whole time. But we're already in the game, so just going to stick with it for now. Okay, he has 3 attackers on this pawn. I do have a lot of defenders. 1, 2, 3, 4. If take. No, but then my 3rd attacker's the queen, so I can't take back or the knight takes. Here. Wait, here. Pawn takes, knight takes. Yeah, then I can't take, because this will still be defended. Might just take, if he does take, yeah, I think I'll just take. His knight can go over here. Or I could just ignore it, come over here, do something like that, but no, let's just take. We still do keep his bishop kind of locked off, which was one of the main benefits. Yeah, my camera's really messed up here, so that is unfortunate that we're having this issue. Oh my god, the camera is going crazy. I mean, maybe I'll just play this game without a camera. It's continuously getting worse. Okay, I'm just gonna see how bad it gets here. The unfortunate thing is it might take a few days before I could get a new one if I order it. So I might be stuck with this for a few days and not be able to record proper videos. Wow, that's really bad. I still want to upload this video probably for the game, even though yeah, it's really awful. Okay, takes back with the knight. Oh my gosh. Alright, should I just turn the camera off or should I? I'll just leave it up. I'm curious how bad it gets. I'm just gonna play the game and not even worry about it, even though I feel kind of bad because it must just look completely terrible watching it on the video. Okay, his knight goes there. We have plenty of defenders here. Knight here, not really an issue. I think I want to go ahead and play this. He does have knight sack, take here. I think I'll play bishop here first just to not give him any kind of options of sacking. And I think the bishop wants to be here. Could go knight out like that. Could also go ahead and play this. But then his knight's able to hop in. And I can't take it and win the pawn here. Okay, I'm just going to go bishop here. Oh my gosh, the camera is absolutely terrible right now. What? It's way worse than it was yesterday. I think it's just freezing. Alright, well, it looks like it's frozen. But the game will have to continue. And he's taking a little while to think here. Let's see, what is he thinking about? His light square bishop can't really develop to any of these squares. He could develop it here. I'm trying to play g4 and then gonna obviously try to open up his king side here. But I've gotten into a lot of tricky positions in this kind of setup where they start trying to create an attack on my queen side where I castled. But I do think I have a little bit of a lead in the attack here, because he hasn't really started his so far. Okay, his queen moves there. Not sure what the point of the queen moving there is. Yeah, I don't quite know. He goes one square over, so he's supporting this pawn. Oh, I guess he's just defending the pawn, which actually I could have just taken. Okay, yeah, I have two attackers on it. I can still take it because I have two attackers. He defended it once, he's still defending it once, he's maybe preparing to use the rook to defend it again. Could have defended it with the knight coming back. Okay, I think I was too distracted with the camera, but am I able to just take this? I took, he took, and then I moved the bishop. Yeah, I didn't even notice that I do have this pawn to take, but let's just make sure. Yeah, I think I'm good. We trade off the rooks. Should be okay. Let's go ahead and take here. Okay, he takes. So we're up a pawn. It's going to make it a little bit harder to create an attack where I threaten checkmate or anything like that. But we will take being up a pawn. We also, well, we're not really hitting that. I was thinking if his rook moves, we hit it, but his knight is guarding it. So let's just try to create some strength for the endgame here, since we have traded the queens off. Okay, his bishop comes out. He's hitting the pawn here. I think I want to just get my knight out. But where does it go? Knight comes here to hit the bishop. If I go here, he could go here to prevent me from coming in. So otherwise I just move my bishop first. Could go here, and then knight comes in over this way. Somewhere. Could also go here right away to actually threaten this fork. If he guards the fork, I have two attackers on this. But I probably should develop first. Here we do threaten to actually just, yeah, I like this because we threaten to win a pawn. So let's just go for that first. His knight might hop in, could consider just trading for it. Could slide the rook over. Yeah, because he'll create an isolated pawn if I trade for that. I think I'll be able to win the pawn potentially. Knight comes back, rook comes over here. Okay, I think I like this. Actually, but then I take the square that I wanted to threaten with the knight. So maybe I will use the knight first for that. Because then also we do prevent the knight from hopping into here, which I kind of like. Okay, I'm just going to play that. Oh wait, he is able to take here. But if he takes there, I go here. Okay, no, maybe I don't want to play it. Let's just go here. We'll keep our knight to defend this for now. Maybe I'll go king over to defend it. Yeah, it looks like my camera is still completely frozen. So I guess I will just ignore it and just play the game, even though it's kind of weird because I'm used to always having the camera display. Okay, I can Do I have anything here? Take. So I think we can win that pawn. I would like to double my rooks, but I am a knight move away from doubling the rooks. I think I will just take... I have pretty good control of the file with my pieces, so I'm not too worried about his rook gaining control of the file. So I'm just going to go ahead and take. Sometimes if you give them control of the file like this and you don't have pieces to kind of guard it, it can be pretty dangerous. But in this case, I don't think that's a big concern. So here we'll create an isolated pawn and we'll take this one. Oh, he takes with the knight. Never mind, I thought he was going to take with the rook. So I guess he did not want the pawn to be taken. So I'm just going to develop my knight and then try to bring my rook over. Not too much to think about there. Okay, he wants to kick the bishop. Come back. He could kick again. We go here. I'm okay with I think I would be happy with that. Trade the bishops off. Because his bishop does have a little bit of pressure over here on a decent square. Is there anything else here? No, I don't think so. I think I'll just go back. I do expect he probably will play this and then trade. If he doesn't trade, then I take and get rid of the bishop that way. I guess his knight does come back into play. Okay, so yeah, he does push it. We're going to take this way. And now we are just up a pawn. We're going to go ahead and get the rook on the open file. And his dark square bishop is pretty terrible because of this pawn that is here on e5, blocking it off. And his knight also does not have great squares to hop to. The knight on f6. So it's blocking the bishop, the pawn's blocking the bishop. I think I definitely like my position a good amount more. Okay, his bishop does reroute, so maybe it will become a little bit better for him. What should I go for here? I think just rook to the file, rook to the open file would be probably the most reasonable thing. Yeah, let's just play that. So we're hitting the knight, but the rook is guarding it. We're able to come up into here. No, not quite because the bishop's there. Maybe I would like to challenge his bishop and honestly just continue trading down. But I don't have a great way to get my bishop in there. I guess I can hop my knight in, actually. Challenge the knight, trade off like that. Yeah, that seems kind of good. He will be able to support this pawn, but then he'll create a new weakness. He'll have double weaknesses on the 6th rank, 2 weak pawns there. But yeah, that's what I think I want to go for here. And I like just holding onto this pawn chain here on these light squares for now, just letting these stay here. Okay, take with the rook. His rook is tied to his knight. His knight might move somewhere. But if his knight moves, then again I'm going to have more... Oh no, I don't have this move actually. Yeah, the bishop still guards, but I have this now, so I can try to trade the bishop. And we're threatening the pawn, so I think he's going to support the pawn probably like that. I guess he could just use his king to support it. But we have a pretty active position here, especially with the rook. I really like the rook in the control of the file here. Okay. Oh, no, what did I just do? I just misclicked. Oh my gosh. That was... that was very, What if what if he thinks it's like a bluff, or like it's a tactic, not a bluff, and what if he doesn't capture for some reason? No, he captures. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I just lost this game to a misclick. Why did I just do that? Let's see, what can I possibly do now? I don't even... I'm just gonna move my knight. Can I pressure his knight? I mean, he's just gonna move. There's nothing I can do. I'm just gonna go here. Maybe I can get him to make some type of mistake and get a fork. That's gonna be my only hope. Yeah, that was unfortunate because I think I was definitely gonna be winning this. I had a nice position here. Just gonna develop my knight again and then try to activate my king, or maybe king first. No, then he has tempo here. Yeah, let's develop the knight first. His knight has some squares he can hop into, but I can't kick him. Actually, if I kick him there, he can take here. So I want to push the pawn first. Yeah, it's a little bit tricky. Probably need to come up here first. Just have to hope for some fork on either the bishop and the king, or the rook and the king. Can't really get it on the knight because the knight will simply be able to capture, unless I somehow got like a skewer with the bishop. But yeah, I'm mostly thinking of getting a fork with the knight. And I'll probably also play g3 to prevent his knight from coming into here. He still has this weak pawn. Okay, he's pressuring the king. I'm going to go ahead and play this right away so the knight can't come in there. Unless, yeah, I don't think I have anything else. Here, hits the rook. Yeah, let's just go here. Prevent the knight from coming in. We make more of a path for the king. Oh wait, actually the knight can come in because the pawn is pinned, but... yeah. I'll move the king up this way in a second and it won't be pinned. I don't think he'll do that though. Okay, he doesn't do that. This seems kind of like a weird move. He's hitting this pawn. I feel like there's no kind of... I wish the bishop weren't there. Could be some kind of tactic. Bishop takes. Rook takes. I don't think there's anything there, unfortunately. Could go here. Hit the rook. Rook still has to guard the knight. No, actually no, knight can just take with check. So I think I need to go, maybe go up first. Then if I could go here, rook has to move. Maybe, can I hit the rook somehow? Maybe rook just goes here, actually. Could go here to hit the bishop. Or I just kick the knight immediately. Knight is able to hop in with check. But I think the knight is positioned very awkwardly, so I almost want to keep it there. Okay, I think I'm just going to kick it, though. Yeah, I'll just kick it because I don't have a great alternative. My goal is just going to be to get a draw. He can take with, or not take, he can go here with check, come here. And then his knight doesn't have any, it only has the corner to go to. So he'll be trapped if he does that. I kind of hope he does that, because if we can trap his knight, no, he doesn't do that. Let's just go king up. If knight here, here. He's not really threatening anything, I don't think. So, okay, king up. Centralize the king. Maybe he... no, he can't put the bishop there because the pawn's guarding. I do like that we're kind of cutting off his king. He can go here. I still have to just be looking for any fork, though. This is not going to be good. King up. I can't play here. Okay, his king is coming over. No forks. I think I might play here and then try to play here. Take with the pawn. Otherwise, I just go king up again. I think I'll do this. We want to push this, get rid of this pawn, and then it allows my king to come up this file more. Be more centralized. Let's see. Okay, he's challenging the knight. Take. There. Here. What should my knight do? If he takes my knight, I do get a passed pawn. But can I guard it is the question. I don't know if I can. Take. Rook comes over. He's hitting the pawn and I'd have no way to guard it. Could go king up. Oh, yeah. King up. Take. No, but... yeah, king can come here. So I think I can guard it if I go king up. Either that or I take his... No, but I can't be trading off my knight. I don't want to trade off my knight unless there's a major reason to. So maybe if I do this, get this passed pawn and then... But there's no way I'm going to be able to promote that. The knight... The alternative is the knight goes here. Maybe rook comes here. Knight goes here. We hit the bishop. Knight can just dance around. Actually, you know what? That forks the bishop and the pawn. But the bishop could move here to guard the pawn. Let's just hop around and try to create some threats. I don't think the pass pawn idea is that strong. So I'm just going to hop. Hopping around could be more risky. Oh, he does go ahead and check, actually. I didn't really consider that. So let's just go right here. Hopping around until I can find a fork is kind of my only idea, though. Still want to play this. And get the two pretty central pawns here, and his is not restricting me at all. Okay, the king comes down. Probably makes sense. Is my knight at risk of getting trapped here? I think it's fairly close to being trapped. It's quite close. I mean, here I lose a pawn if I come back. Can't go here. Yeah, I can't move anywhere, so if he threatens me here, now the king is cutting off the escape square. So I'm still going to lose a pawn. I think... Is this the only option? I think... Actually, never mind. The knight is covered by the bishop. I actually did not notice that. Knight's covered by the bishop, so I can leave the knight here, safe for now. I just don't have any moves, though. I'm just going to play here, which is where I wanted to go before. And if he takes... I could take with my bishop or with my pawn. I think I want to take with my pawn, but maybe taking with the bishop to hit the knight is going to be a better option. Because then the knight has to go back to a weird spot, I think. Or he could guard it. But if I take with the pawn, I cut off the king, and I do have this nice pass pawn with a pawn that connects. I'm actually not sure. Okay, he wants to guard. Guards with the bishop. It does allow me to come in here with my bishop. If he takes, I take with the pawn. If I take, that isn't not good for me. Yeah, let's bring our bishop out. Take control of more squares. And then use that square to bring the king in from where the bishop moved. Okay, he takes. Gonna take. It does open up this file for him, but not looking at a weakness at the moment. So yeah, if I could somehow keep my pieces and play for a draw here. We do have the pass pawn. But all I have is a bishop and a knight. And then I can try to get my king active. His is active as well, though. Could maybe see the possibility of... Okay, no, he wants to trade. Take. Is there anything? Check. Take here. Do I have a fork? No, I don't think I have anything. My knight is too restricted. Taking is just not going to be good. Unless I have an immediate tactic. So I think I've just got to go back. I mean, we're happy to go back and forth. Just going to go to there. Oh, wait, you know what? I just realized he has a tactic here. I mean, it doesn't really matter because I'm so lost at this point, but he has a tactic. He can take this pawn because if I take, he takes here. Let's see if he finds that. If he finds that, I'll probably go ahead and resign. Unless I have an in-between move there. No, I don't think I do. I don't have a check with the bishop. Yeah, I don't think I have anything. So if he takes that, it's going to be game over. Okay, he does not find that. So now I'm going to defend the bishop, and now he no longer will have that tactic. Get the king active. The knight just has nowhere to go, though. I don't see a future for the knight right now. Okay, if I take this way, he takes here. If I take here, he's going to push, and we do not want to allow that, so I have to take this way. Because, yeah, here, push, and then he just gets this perfect pass pawn. Here, we lock it up. Okay, no, I guess we actually win the pawn, but he probably will be able to get that back. But the more pawns we can liquidate, the better, because it will be harder for him to promote and stuff. He can hit that here. I would like to guard it with my bishop, but I can't. If I guard it with the king, then again he has this tactic, but I think I might have to just risk that and hope that he doesn't see it. Which I don't. If he didn't see it the first time, I'm thinking he probably will overlook it, but you never know. He definitely could notice it. Yeah, he hits it with the bishop. I think I'm going to take the risk here. Activate the king. If he finds the tactic, then that's going to be game over, but that's okay. Because, well, I mean, honestly, is there a point of defending it? He's going to go here. He's going to be able to take. Maybe there's no point of defending it. But what else can I even do? Defend it. Can't check him at all. Can't go here. Could go here. Take, take. But then I'm trading off another piece. I don't know if I want to do that. Could go knight back here. Take with check. Take. Here, hit the rook. And I mean, there's nothing I can see. Maybe I'll just try to guard it. Maybe I'll just push this pawn. He takes, I come up. But then he's going to come back around these. It's going to be over. So I'm just going to try to guard it, even though he's going to be able to win it so easily. Probably pointless. Oh, he gives check there. Okay, I thought he would go there. Might just go back. But then he just takes with check. If I go here, goes here, starting to take that way. But the bishop can come back, actually, and guard. So maybe I will do that and just try to keep it alive. I thought he would just go here, and then I would not have been able to guard it. So maybe that actually helped me. By him giving the check, potentially. Or he could just also... No, he can't go here because the bishop's guarding. He could try to infiltrate somewhere. Infiltrate over here. Okay, he goes all the way back. So then check. I move and he takes it. But do I have any other possibilities? There's just no checks or anything. Actually, no, I'm guarding this square. Should I just push? Push. King can't come over. King can come up. No, he can't come up. I'm just gonna push. Let's just try to threaten promotion, even though he's gonna be able to easily stop it. Or do I? Do I push? Maybe I knight here, take, then push. Again, he's gonna be able to stop it though. Maybe I go here after? It's so tricky to find the right idea here. Here, I try to come up this way. He gives check. I have to come back. We're fine with a draw though, if that were to happen. Okay, I'm just gonna try pushing it. Don't see an alternative move. Doesn't have the check. He could go over and just start attacking pawns over here though. But we're close to promoting. He can't guard this way. He could guard here. Okay, the knight comes over to guard, so that allows me to bring my knight back into the game, which is what I did really want. I can guard the pawn right away, but I don't think that's what I'll do. Yeah, let's just bring the knight back into the game. Then we might have check and can defend the pawn here. A couple different options. If I push the pawn here, it is defended actually. Wait, should I have just pushed? If I push right away, he doesn't have the check. Oh wait, maybe I should have just pushed first. Because then he has to sack the knight for the pawn, I think. Or maybe he goes check. Yeah, no, he can't check, so I should have just pushed. I got happy about freeing the knight up, and I went for that right away, but I think pushing was actually the better solution there. Or I guess if I push and his king just goes up, maybe he's fine. Push, yeah, the king can guard it. Okay, so I think he would have been okay if I did push. But at least it's guarded by my bishop, though. On that square. On g7. But yeah, we're hitting the bishop. We maybe have check here. I think getting the knight back into the game is going to be a big help. I don't know if I can ever really go here, though. Because if he gives check here, if I go here, king h5, and then rook h... what is that, h1? If I do that, then I have to go right back down, because the bishop's controlling these dark squares. And then it gives him some initiative to bring his rook back up, and then probably use it to take the pawn from behind or something. Or check... No, he still can't check on g1 because of my bishop guarding. So that is a nice benefit of the bishop being there. His time's also getting low. I mean, mine's lower than his, but maybe we can get him to mess up and I can still get a draw here. Or something. Okay, bishop moves. We don't have a lot of time. Wait. Take. He has to take with the rook, and then I take with the bishop. No, never mind. He takes with the knight. I forgot. Forgot that the knight is there. But if we trade more pieces off, it might be helpful. Check here. Knight takes. That doesn't do anything. Okay, let's just take here. And then when knight takes, I think I'll just go up to guard. We're still blocking this checking square. And we're going to be hitting the knight. So rather than taking the knight, I think going up seems better. Oh, he does take with the rook. Interesting. So that might give me a better chance of drawing. I'm just going to take in that case. Okay, he's going to be able to get that pawn, but I'm going to go here. Do I have anything there? No. Okay, he guards this square. Let's go this way. Can I attack these pawns? Yeah, if I go here, his knight can't come in. Well, it can come here. Here, knight here, knight here. Okay, I'm going to try to attack his pawns over there. I think that's better than trying to push this one. Because this one he'll have a lot of ways, I think, to prevent it. Whereas this, he might be on a short time. Okay, let's just go here. Make him spend more time there. Then we go here. Okay, he can take. I'm going to take. Okay, now after I take this pawn, it's going to be, he can't win, because he only has a knight. You can't checkmate with a knight. He doesn't have a pawn. So we've at least forced a draw, and maybe I could somehow get a pawn to promote here. So I'm happy with that, going from blundering my rook with a misclick to getting back to drawing here. Still going to lose Elo, because he is a bit below me in Elo. Probably will lose like 2 points or something. If I draw, I think I'm just going to go up. Or I could push, try to walk the 2 pawns up. We have the third one, but it's doubled, so makes it a little bit trickier. Do I go up? Maybe I go up first. Up and then walk the pawns. Yeah, I think that's got to be probably the safer way to go, rather than letting his king come up in front of them. I think if my king stays in front, that's what might give me a chance of being able to promote, even though I do walk away from these pawns. Right now, the only one under attack is going to be that one, the only one that's weak. All right, let's go all the way up. Take control of the promoting square. Okay, he has check. Yeah, actually, that makes things a little bit trickier. I could go here. I think I will go here, because otherwise he goes here, and then I don't know what I would do. I think I'll go up. No matter what, we have a draw, so. Unless I somehow got checkmated by just a king and a knight. I don't even think that's possible, is it? Okay, I'm just going to try. I think these pawns are going to be done for, because he has a king, the king and the knight to attack them, but let's see what we can do. Okay, here. He's going to take that one. This one can push. Or I could bring the king down. Yeah, let's bring the king down first to hit the knight. Knight here, hits that one. We go here with check. Okay, yeah, king down. Knight here, here, take. Probably king down again. He takes, and then we just... I mean, he's going to just have to sack the knight for the pawn, and then he gets his draw, but... I wonder if there was a better way for me to play this, though, particularly with bringing the king all the way forward. Alright, he's going to just sack the knight, I think, right? I mean, what else would you do here? Because if he does anything else, he's risking me somehow promoting. Okay, he doesn't sack it, although I guess he's going to win it anyway, so... with this move, because I have to go to the side, so... yeah, alright, he wins it, and then that's going to be a draw. There we go. Okay, happy with getting the draw. Yeah, I did lose the 2 points I expected, but it was just from a misclick. Let me try to reset my camera again real quick here before the game review. Okay, I did just reset my camera again. It's probably going to start freaking out very soon. I couldn't just keep resetting it in the middle of the game, but for the game review at least, I will have it reset, and we could take a quick look at the game review before my camera starts dying again. And I might have to go ahead and order a new one. I have to see how many days it will take, because I might not be able to make proper videos without it. Okay, I had really good accuracy, and he did as well. 88.8 for me, 86.4 for him, and I had my one blunder, which was, of course, my misclick. Aside from that, it looks like I played pretty well. We had 2 mistakes, or no, 1 mistake. He had 2 mistakes, and we both had 2 inaccuracies, and he had 1 miss. But yeah, it looks like we on the graph, we had this massive drop when we blundered our rook. Prior to that, I had a plus 3.4, did it say? Plus 2.3. I think right before that, I had a plus 3.4. It popped up for a second. And then we go straight down to a minus 4.5, but we brought it back and actually got a draw. I considered just resigning after the blunder, but I decided to play it out, and it turned out being worth doing. All right, let's go through the moves here. So we get Jobava London, or I guess it's not really Jobava London, but we get my anti-King's Indian 2 pawns in the center setup that I go for here. And was f3 best? f3 was book move here, so I guess f3 was good. Okay, and then castle here was good. Wants him to take. This was best, so we're finding most of the best moves. It did want g4 before h4. It looks like it doesn't seem like it makes a big difference to me, but we have we had a 1.2 advantage. Now we have a 0.8 here. That was not the right move. Taking was best, and then this was a mistake. So this is one of my two. No, I think this is my only mistake because it said I had just one mistake. Because it wants the pawn to go ahead and push first. He is able to take with the knight, and sometimes I will sack the rook for the knight, but that's when the queen is watching and can take back. So we take the knight back right after. Or like, we take the pawn back right after. So rook takes, pawn push, knight takes, rook takes, pawn takes, queen takes, and then we end up with the queen very active and his king is looking a little bit weak, and our bishop can come in and create weaknesses on the dark squares by trading off. So that can be a very powerful sacrifice. In this case though, my queen is not lined up on this diagonal, so it didn't seem like it was worth doing, but the engine apparently wants it. So let me actually take a quick look at how that would play out. Does it want me to sack the rook? No, it doesn't. So it just wants me to sack the pawn and then start rerouting the knight here. Knight here. We take... Oh, I guess he gives up a pawn back. Okay, I don't know. I'm not sure exactly why it wants me to push that pawn and sack it. It's not immediately clear. Instead, oh yeah, also, this was the move where I could have taken the pawn right away, and I didn't notice at first. So let's see what it says about that. It says good. Engine prefers the other move for some reason. But he made this mistake. He preferred the knight coming in to go ahead and block this. But then we still win a pawn either way. So we go ahead and take this pawn. Even though the engine wanted other ideas, we're still up a pawn, and we get really nice development here. Just play a couple trades, bishop back. I was very happy to trade the bishop off here, even though it doubles those pawns. They're not very weak, really. Like, double isolated pawns are a lot weaker. If you have this little triple structure, especially on the edge of the board like this, it's hard for the weaknesses to be targeted in the endgame most of the time, at least in my experience. So, yeah, I wasn't too worried about that. Bring the knight in, we trade that off, rook gets really active, and now I have a 3.4 advantage. And then for some reason, don't know why, I like started pointing at this pawn, saying he was going to guard it, and I just like clicked on the rook and then clicked on the pawn. And then we misclick blundered the rook. And then now I was considering resigning, but decided to play it out. And it was worth it because we ended up getting the draw. Let's see what happened here that was significant though. So he's still completely winning. It's -4 on the eval. Check, king over. Okay, these are all good moves it looks like. Taking back with the pawn here. Shut his king off with the pawns. And then here, if I took back this way, oh, it actually does want him to take. I was thinking he's going to push. And then it's going to be really difficult for me to deal with this. Apparently the engine doesn't like this, actually. But I thought it was going to be very difficult to deal with. Let's say if his bishop just playing quickly, maybe these are bad moves. Okay, apparently they are, because I have this check. But I was thinking if his bishop comes down, and then if I just played something kind of random, or let's say I just chase the pawn here, his rook gets behind it, and then... Okay, never mind, the bishop controls that square. Didn't even notice that, but either way, I figured there would be some way he could kind of guard this pawn, and then it would be a major struggle to to deal with it when I only have this knight, which is basically trapped over here, and this bishop. So that's why I took the other way, but apparently the engine actually thought that that was not necessary. And it did give me the pass pawn. And then here, so the engine thinks this was fine for him to check me, but I thought that this seems a lot stronger, because then he just wins the pawn immediately. And there's nothing I can really do. And this pawn is what gave me winning chances and what allowed me to turn the game around, I think. So the check, then I go here, and now I've created the opening of the diagonal so the bishop can come back and guard it once the rook goes here. So now I have a lot better of a chance. The engine still says that I am terrible, I'm completely losing, -4, but I think practically against this opponent, against most opponents, it is a lot harder to deal with that for him, even though the engine doesn't seem to care. Okay, we're pushing, and then we free up the knight. So that was best for him to move his knight, but it freed up our knight, and then... Okay, it didn't want me to take here. I also was really low on time at this point, but it wanted me to give this check, which I was kind of considering, but then I thought that just taking seemed to make more sense. Just get rid of his bishop. And what was I thinking? I was thinking knight takes, king up, we attack the knight, and then I use the king to try to help promote. And we have the bishop also to push the pawn, and the knight could maybe take here, but I don't really care about that pawn so much. It's just about trying to promote this one. So that's what I was expecting. For some reason he took with the rook, which was pretty surprising. So I went ahead and took with the bishop, and now we're drawing. In fact, after he took this pawn, I have a slight advantage. Let's see. It looks like I never had winning chances here, though. So it's not like I was about to win, but then I blundered it. It was drawing with a very, very slight edge here for white. 0.6. So I did have a chance of winning, but it wasn't a high chance. Okay, check. So this was best. Okay, so coming up here, it did want this pawn to push here, but this was still excellent. So I guess they're kind of interchangeable. They're both good. Coming up was best. Come down to hit the knight. Yeah, so all these are basically the right moves, more or less. Although... Okay, no, this makes no difference. For some reason, the engine right here was plus 0.4. But on the next move, no matter what, he's going to take the pawn. So I don't see why it's saying plus 0.4. It's just drawing no matter what. It wants me to go back here. But it's the exact same. It's just drawing. So I don't know what the engine is talking about, saying plus 0.4 for me. Maybe if he just played a completely random move like that he would never play, then we're completely winning now, plus 5.8. But yeah, it was drawing. I don't know why the engine said plus 4. So we never were back to winning chances, but which I kind of I guess I'm kind of glad about. I was hoping I didn't just blunder the win here at the very end by playing like one wrong move, because I did have 3 pawns. Sometimes 3 pawns versus a minor piece can be completely winning. But yeah, no, we weren't winning, and we just got the draw because you cannot checkmate with a knight and a king. So yeah, kind of happy with that after the misclick blunder. I think if I didn't blunder the rook, I definitely would have won based on how my position was before that, unless I made a big blunder that was of my own doing. And it looks like my camera has still been holding up for the game review, so I don't know what's wrong with it. I might try to order a new one, and if it's having a lot of issues, I might not make videos for a couple days, but we'll see. Maybe it'll... Right now it seems okay, but it keeps randomly getting terrible, as you guys saw earlier in the video. I think I'll still upload this, even though you can't really see me for like at least half the video. But it was kind of a cool game. I liked that I got the comeback to get the draw after being down so much. So yeah, I think I'll upload that. We're at 13:02 right now, and our opponent put up a good fight there, and he had really good accuracy as well. So good game to him. Thanks for watching. This has been day 132, I believe, and I'll see you guys on day 133.